everything. And what they discovered is that if you take rice straw, gather it into bundles, tie it off with these authentic 16th century rubber bands, inconvenient. If you soak the rice straw in water overnight, the water soaks into the fiber so that it swells, it gains weight and density until it takes on the approximate characteristics of Sierra. And this gave the samurai something to test their skills with, that 450 years later, there are still no activist groups complaining that the rights of rice straw have been violated.
Not true.
All right, in the interest of full disclosure, 4 years ago, we performed at a sci-fi convention in Roanoke, Virginia. And I said that, and a group of college students started giggling. And they put together a Facebook group. Advocates for the rights of rice straw. And on the cover, they put a picture of like this 400-pound sumo in the diaper with a sword cutting through what looks to be a bale of hay. And it was a sign-up sheet to ban Samurai Dan from abusing rice straw. And they linked it to our Facebook page.
You said Dan, not Jillian.
Not to be outdone, I was first in the comment section and said, this is what a degree from Virginia Tech will get you. My favorite bumper sticker from the 80s says, I refuse to lose a battle of wits to an unarmed opponent. Rice straw. Now, when you watch me cut the straw, I want you to understand that a 700-year-old folded steel razor-sharp sword should cut through weeds. Duh. A $7 machete from Walmart will do that. If it's ground properly, that's what it was made for. For the samurai, what they were looking for was more than just, this is going to hack through. They were looking for precision, timing, and angle, because those big sloppy cuts you see, those big figure eights when you're staying up late at night watching reruns of Conan the Barbarian on Cinemax, or am I the only one that does that? Thank you! I said that last week and no one raised their hand, they just left me hanging. Oh. Liars. Does... Yeah. Of course, Arnold was in that one too. Those big sloppy figure eight cuts didn't work very well on the battlefield because of the way armor was constructed. And frankly, even our own human anatomy, those cuts were flat and would have a tendency to glance off or get stuck. So what the samurai were looking for was actually a little bit steeper cut, about a 35-degree angle down. And now that I've told off on myself, watch the cutting. If you think I'm off, by all means, come talk to me about it after the show. I love criticism.
Bring the protractor.
It got worse than I'm half the joke.
You moved my... Now I just have him.
Things are separating more on this side. I thought you'd like more of a place that didn't have...
Does anybody remember the Ten Commandments? The movie, not the Ten Commandments, because you break those every time you go to a con. Do you remember the movie with Charlton Heston? You remember the part where he's bringing down the tablets and the children had misbehaved yet again? And God opens up the earth and it swallows like 10,000 of them? I live in fear of that moment on stage. And the reason why we didn't do the big prolonged fight scene that we do at other conventions is because this stage is not held together. And so when we go, whoa, the stage will actually come up, and that would be me being swallowed whole in the head. Remember, do you mean the stage isn't very tall or that I'm that close to hell already? Downward diagonal. Right! Sierra, your arm. Yeah!
Good catch.
She caught it. No one. Oh, I get it. We're in Missouri. The last time you saw a forward pass completed like that, it was the other team.
It's true.
Kurt Warner, seriously, not an autograph person, but Kurt Warner, I would stand in line to get his autograph.
At least we don't ask, we should run.
Now the samurai, they didn't just cut down. That was the more typical and more popular cut. But on the battlefield, being able to cut back up was harder to do, but it was really hard to defend against. Among other reasons, samurai armor was designed to protect from the top down. In fact, they had a divided metal apron called a Hi-yah. Had metal on the outside of the thigh, but since the samurai were cavalry, means they rode ponies. There was no metal on the inside of the thigh because if you've spent any time at all on a horse, you know the metal on the inside of your thigh chafes. So metal on the outside, not on the inside. And as luck would have it, the femoral artery runs right up the inside of the...
Whoa.
What?
The femoral artery?
Yes!
Look, this is still supposed to be family friendly. No blood and guts. Ew!
Actually, I think they want the blood and guts in here.
Yeah.
See?
All right,
Fine.
carry on.
Censorship. If you take the big shiny sharp thing and you slam it to the inside of someone's leg, bad things will happen. Oh yeah. Do we have any football fans? Does anybody remember Sean Taylor? All-pro safety for the Redskins, died during the home invasion because he got hit. Bullet nicked the femoral artery and he was gone like that. Anyway, that got way serious. Back to chopping things up with sharp swords. Upper diagonal cut. Chop! Does anybody else want a piece of Sierra? That's not quite how I meant that. Yes! Woo! Upward dive. Now, the samurai didn't just cut down, they just cut back up. Has anybody ever seen a samurai epic or a Samurai Jack episode? At the end is the bad guy. He's big, he's scary, he's got bad breath, barely speaks English. Actually, that sounds like the former governor of California. But he's got a sword up over his head and he's flying towards the camera going, ah! Don't take my picture, that's always what ends up on the internet. I heard it. Hire this man. And if you don't believe me, go to ASIN's website, Anime Central in Chicago. They run 30,000. If you go to their photo page, I am the cover of their 2010 photo journal. On main stage, in armor, going, oh yeah, get hired by ASIN. It'll help your career. Not if you pose like that. But waiting on the other side for the bad guy who's flying through the air with clouds going behind him. And waiting on the other side is the hero of our picture. He's better looking, speaks English, probably gets the girl at the end. But he is waiting to end the governor's part in the movie. When he lands by cutting him in half. So! And for those of you Zombieland fans, rule number 2.
Double tap.
For anybody interested in hitting on my wife, we also perform. I made that joke about my teenage daughter when she was cutting on stage right before she went to do the cut. I said, anybody interested in hitting on my daughter? She also performed circumcision. She lost it. Dad! Don't say that! It worked. She didn't have a date for 3 years. We're going long!
So you're
Yes!
So you're not Russell.
This is way better than Philadelphia. Nobody caught anything in Philly.
Whoa.
So Dallas Cowboys.
As long as we're not mocking the Packers.
Incomplete.
You know, this is why we can't have nice things.
Nice thing.
She put up another map. You know what that means? I'm going to go really fast, but I'm going to show you super cool